Let's talk a bit about the primary colors and the secondary colors. If you open your vector scope, you will notice that you have red, green, blue in a kind of triangle over here. And also you have yellow, magenta, cyan in a kind of triangle over here. Now, if you come to the primary bars, you could, for example, add blue. And notice what's going to happen in the vector scope when I start adding blue. The blue is just over here. If I add the blue, the whole graph will move towards blue. Of course, I'm adding in the highlights here, which is okay. You can do the same for the leaves if you like. So the whole graph moved to the blue. If I want to add green, also the graph will move towards green. Make sense? If I add red, same will happen. That's very fine. What about if I want to remove one of the primary colors, or in fact, reduce one of the primary colors? Let's go to the primary wheels. It's better set here. You notice this is a color wheel here. You have blue and yellow, like you have blue here and yellow. And you have magenta and green, like you have magenta and green over here. And of course, you have the red and cyan, red and cyan. So if I want to add red, I will just click on the circle here and go towards the red. That's fine. But if I want to remove red or reduce red, if you like, it has to go to a certain color. If I go away from red, I'm going to go towards cyan. Here you are. So now you're going towards cyan to remove red. Okay, you get the concept. So to remove red, on the wheel here, you will go towards cyan. On the wheel here, you will go toward cyan. Let's say now I want to remove the blue. And of course, if I remove the blue, I'm going to go towards the yellow. It shows very nicely over here. This is adding blue, and this is removing blue. And of course, you will be adding yellow. So there is no run away from a color. You either add this color, RGB, and reduce the other colors, or move towards another color. Let's say you want to remove the green. You notice the green is here. You go towards magenta. This is it. And go towards magenta. Now, if you go to the parade, this could be even more visible here. If I start removing the green and going toward magenta, notice what's going to happen in the parade. So actually, you reduced the green, of course, from the highlights here, and you added the red and the blue. According to your image, is going towards cyan. If you want to remove the red, notice what's going to happen here. You have reduced the red, but you have added greens and blues inside your highlight, and hence you have this kind of cyan. So actually, you are always balancing the bars in a certain way. You have more of one color and less of the other two colors. Reduce one and increase the other two. Now, in general, if you come back to the vector scope, red, green, blue are called the primary colors. Yellow, magenta, and cyan are called the secondary colors. And notice in the primary wheels, you are working mainly with the primary colors. Even with the primary bars, you're playing with the red, green, blue, which are the primary colors. Now, this is a very important concept for you to consider when you are grading. If you decide you want less blue in your image, so you take down the blue, I'm not going to have, no blue. You are going to go towards the yellow, and your image is yellowish. I hope this simple explanation was very good for you, and it's important to notice how colors are moving within your charts, so you are able to do some very good color grading. Lookup tables or LUTs are predefined color gradings that you can apply directly to your clip, to your timeline, to a group, or even to your whole project. To access LUTs in DaVinci Resolve 15, you will come to the LUT tab over here. If you click on it, you have all the LUTs within DaVinci Resolve. Of course, these are not all the LUTs. You can import some. You can create your own also. Now, LUTs usually are divided into two categories. The one that will correct the camera if you shot in S-Log or log, and the one that will give you a certain film look that has been proven. The one in film looks, this is a proven LUTs that have been used in the market and so on. You can rely on them if you like. You can tone them down if you want to. Now, the way to work here is select a clip, the clip you want to apply the LUT to, and just hover, and it'll show you how it looks when the LUT will be applied. You did not apply the LUT yet. Okay, let's go to Blackmagic Design. There are some very strong ones. This one is very strong green. So you notice I did not apply it yet. It's still in the preview mode. To apply the LUT to your clip, you just select the LUT itself, click and drag, and drop it on the node. And here you are. This is applying LUTs on nodes. I will undo this. It's better from time to time that you apply a LUT on a selection. For example, I will select these 3 clips, right click and make them a group. Okay, that's what I would do. Any group name will do. And I have the option here to apply the LUT on the group pre-clip. Okay, so before anything that happens within the clip or post-clip. Now, if the LUT is a correction LUT, it's better to put it on the group pre-clip. If the LUT is a design LUT where you make things beautiful and so on, then it's better to apply it on the post-clip. I will select post-clip for this example, take our very strong LUT and drop it here. If you find that the LUT is strong and you want to reduce it, tone it down a bit, you will come to the key tab over here. And in the key tab, you can control the key output. This will control whatever effects or color grading you have on this node. The key here is about this node. So I will reduce it, for example, if you go to 0, everything disappears. Or you can go to 50%, 60 or 70%. Something like this. So now you applied a LUT on a group and it is post after you do all the work. Fine, I will just delete this node and remove all this from the group. Here you are, removed from group. Now from time to time, you will want to apply the LUT on the whole timeline here. But just be careful, when you use the timeline and you add a node, remember that the timeline comes last. This cannot be a camera correction LUT. It has to be a design LUT. So if you create a node here, remember it's going to be at the end. I like to put it here to remind myself even. And you apply this LUT. Okay. Here you are. I'm going to tone it down to 0.7. That's 70%. Not bad. Now you notice everything in the timeline has been graded according to the timeline. It's very interesting and very beautiful. Okay, so I will delete this one also. Let's go back to the clip. Let's try with LUTs for camera correction. If you remember when we worked with the color correction, all these clips came from the array camera. And actually, if I select all of them, I press Shift, and then come over here and say Reset all grades on nodes, I removed all the work we have done before. Now, these clips are from the array camera and they are flat because they are shot in log. So there is a need for a good LUT here from the array to color correct them first. The best way to add for this kind of color correction from the camera is to select all your clip, and instead of adding it to the timeline and stories like this, you add it directly to the file because it's really before the input. To do that, you just right click and go to LUTs. You notice here you have the LUTs. It's a 3D LUT. And then you can use the array. And you have array Alexa log C. And here you are. Now, all the clips have been color corrected as per camera specification. You notice the grading does not appear in the color page here. This is inside the file, if you say. You can select them all again or one of them, whatever you like. And right click. And to remove the LUT, you say no LUT and it's gone. So actually, it's very easy to work here. You can choose the LUT that you want, apply it to a clip, a group of clips, or to the timeline, whatever you like. I'll see you in the next lecture with more about LUTs. You can apply LUTs at the project level in your settings. But remember, when you apply LUTs on the project level, it will apply to every single timeline and every single clip in any timeline. To apply LUTs on the project level is very easy. You come to your settings over here, click on it, and then if you come to color management, the second tab over here, it is lookup tables. You can apply LUTs at the input level or the output level, even for video monitoring and scopes. Let's take the example of input. You can click down here and try to select any of them, or you can click on the 3 dots over here, and they are better organized if you like this. You can come to film looks, for example, Blackmagic Design, and let's use the version 3 for 4K. And then to apply it to the whole project, you click Save, And here you are, notice every single clip now has the same LUT. If you want to remove it, you go back to the gear here, to the settings, and you come to 3D input. You click on the 3D points. The first one is no LUT selected, and you click save. This is very helpful if you are taking from a certain camera like we have done for the Ari, and then you are doing camera correction. Now, you could also create your own LUT and save it to use it in other projects or to use it on your whole project if you like. For example, if I want to create a LUT here, first of all, I won't do any color correction. I will not go for the gain and the lift and stories like this. Just want to create a look. For example, here we can take down the gain and take down the lift, make it darkish a bit, and go for a blue color for the gamma. Something like this, aggressive, bit of blue, something like this. So it's a bit dark. I'm going to take it up a bit. So I like this look, for example. Okay, you could do anything you want. You can go reddish, whatever you like. And then you can save this LUT. To save the LUT, you come to the clip where you have done the grading. You right click and you have it just over here. Generate 3D LUT cube. And I'll click on it. It will take you to the folder where you have support and LUTs for DaVinci Resolve. And then you give it a good name so you can remember it. I will give it test blue, for example, and click on save. And now it has saved the LUT. If I want to apply the LUT to the whole project, remember first of all to reset this node because you will apply the LUT twice. Then you come to your settings and go, for example, as an input. You click on the three dots and here you are, you have the test over here. Or you can come over, press T for test if you remember the name. Where is it? It's over here. And you click and you say save. So using LUTs on the project level, it means you have already made your decision and you know exactly this is the look that you want. How to copy grades from one clip to another. For example, we have the three clips. They look similar, shot from almost the same angle with the same camera. I want them to have the same color correction and the same color grading. How would I do that? I select one of the clips. I will do the color correction. I will go for white. Here you are. This is white. And I will go for black. This is black. And then I want to give them a different look now. I will create a new node, Alt S. And then I'm going to take it around the yellow just like this. It doesn't matter. Just make it nice. Okay. And funky. So now I did the color correction and the color grading for this clip. I would like to copy everything to this clip. Well, obviously, if you come over here, you can copy paste the nodes. But the way to do it is to select the clip where you want to copy the color grading to. And then you go to the clip where you want to copy the grading from. And you click on the middle mouse button. I hope you have a middle mouse button because in DaVinci Resolve, you need it. So I will click on the middle mouse button. Here you are. And it has copied all the gradings. Now notice what happened exactly. It copied and overwritten all the nodes. So these are the two nodes from the clip where I copied from. The original node that was in this clip has been overwritten. Let me show you an example. If you come over to the third one, let's do some bluish funky thing. Then, having selected this clip, I will go to the original clip where I want to copy the grading from, and I press on the middle mouse button. Notice what happened. It has overwritten all the nodes here. It has removed the old one and put the new one. So actually, this is a technique that is very useful within DaVinci Resolve, and you really need to learn about it. We have learned how to copy grading from one clip to another using the middle mouse button. That's very fine. But if the clips are very far away, you have to do a lot of scrolling, and they are in different timeline. It's going to be pretty hard. Different project, impossible. There is a much better alternative and much more flexible. Let's say, for example, I want to create a vignette here, adjust a bit the colors, and copy this vignette to very many other clips. I don't know which one yet. The best way is to start creating. So I will create here the vignette, make this bigger a bit, make it the circle bigger, something to fit our need just for the example. And then, of course, I'm going to create a node, a new node, add outside node. On the inside, I'm going to lift the gain. Actually, I can even color correct it if I want to. Okay, that's one. And that is a black. We need a black. That's a black. Take up the lift a bit. Okay, that's fine. On the outside, I'm going to take down the gain. Okay. I'm going to make it very obvious so you can see the difference. So now I created the vignette, and let's say I like this grading very much. Now I would like to copy it to other timelines and to other clips over here. The way to do it is to grab a still, and in this still, preserve the information within this node. The way to grab a still is to right click and say grab still. The still will appear inside the gallery. This gallery off, this gallery on. If your gallery is looking like this, please guys, switch off this one, select stills one, and remove the list. So now I have a still here that contains the information of these nodes. How do I know that? You right click here and you select display node graph. Here you are, you can see the two clips. There are some other options, we'll see them later. So this still here contains this information. If I go to the next clip or any other clip, I can go over the still and say exactly the effect. This is without, this is with. Okay, you notice? If I right click here, I can apply the grade or I can append to the graph. If you do apply, you notice now it has overwritten whatever nodes were for this clip and has replaced them with the nodes from this still. I will undo that. But now, if you go, and which is much better, to append node graph, and that's much better and it's much more flexible to not overwrite everything. If you had done some work here, it will be gone. In this way, it can stay over here. I will come to the next clip and do exactly the same. Right click and append to the node, and here you are. We added the two nodes. Now, not something important. You cannot edit this still. You already grabbed it and you cannot re-edit it. Let's take another example. From here, I will do the color correction. I notice I have two clips almost identical. And then I will grab the whites from somewhere. Let's say here. I will grab the blacks. Okay, just from here. And then maybe lift a bit the gamma or take them down. Okay, I'm happy with that. I will add the gain towards the blue just to play. Then I will come over here and grab the still. So now I have another still. Can come to any other clip and apply this still. You notice? I will right click and say append to node graph. So this is the best way to work using the gallery here. This is a technique that you are going to use to color correct and color grade the whole project. I can assure you it's the lazy guy technique, and it's very convenient and very consistent. When you're working with grading, there are many times where you want to compare two clips or even more, 3 clips, to see exactly how your work is going, where are the differences, the similarities, and even to check about the highlights or the shadows and the midtones, you know, to check your work at 100%. Now, going back and forth won't do it. So there is a very nice option in DaVinci Resolve. It is the split screen over here. You click on it, and you have several choices. You have the group if you like. You have certain highlights modes. The neighboring clips, I will choose this one. And you notice I selected this clip, and it's giving me 2 before and 1 after. Notice 1, 2, 3. I can select any one now. It will switch again. Here you are. So I can compare now my work, how it's going. This might be a bit too small. Instead of playing with the clips, you can go to the workspace and say viewer mode. You have the cinema viewer. The shortcut is Ctrl F. So you see them on a big screen. You can even play if you want to, but it will play the shortest time. To return, you press another Ctrl F and you're back. You can also use the other viewer, like the enhanced viewer, where it's a bit bigger. You can see your work exactly. And the last one in the viewer mode is the full screen viewer, which is Shift F. So now you are on full screen, but you still can choose what you like from here. Now to go back is Shift F. Now you have another option that is selected clips. So let's select this clip and press Ctrl or Command on the Mac. Another one. Give it some time. Here you are. Now you can select all of them and go to viewer mode and cinema viewer. And you can look at your clips. Have you done a good job? Compare them and stories like this. So this is about the viewer mode. and you will be able, using this option, to compare your clips. There are other options here, such as the version and the version and original. We'll see that later. It's a bit advanced and it's a lot of work, in fact. Thank you. I hope you use this option to compare your clips, and I will see you in the next lecture.